Hi guys, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Going to go through this full article. I'll provide a link in the description, of course, and a quick trigger warning. This involves the physical abuse of both a mother and an 18-month-old boy. It's a terrible situation, so we're going to read through the full article. Again, if you need a mental health break, do check out one of the friends of the channel. There's a couple. There's links in the descriptions at the end of the day. She does nice, pleasant live streams, as do Kinda Whatever. So if you are looking for a nice community to join, check out these guys. If you do join, let them know that Picker sent you. Or if you like politics, you can have a look at my channel too, White CIS Male, right-wing views. But let's get back to this article here. A man who previously went to prison for beating a man to death is now accused of dousing his own cousin and her young son with hot oil in their sleep. Michael Lee Maloney, 41 years of age, remains at the Butler County Jail in Ohio as of Tuesday morning. He broke into the home of his cousin, Jayla Witt, 20 years of age, back on the morning of December the 21st. The individual not only doused oil on her, Jayla Witt, but also her 18-month-old son, Tobias Martyr. She is sleeping in her bed, Sergeant Richard Burkhart said, at the time of the attack. Next thing you know, somebody is pouring some hot liquid on her, which we believe to be either grease or oil. The suspect then did not appear to steal anything. So it wasn't a theft. It was just a brazen, malicious attack. Back to the article. Officers used tips to find Maloney and they arrested him December the 27th without incident. According to the news outlets. Cops did not suggest a motive, but the woman's father, James Witt, suggested that Maloney did it because she had him move out of her home. Here's a quote from the father. Jayla gave him a place to stay for a couple of nights because she's got a soft heart like that. When she asked him to leave, I'm sure that's what made him mad, and that's the reason he's done this, because she threw him out. So if I'm understanding correctly, he was homeless and his cousin, the mother, let him stay for a few nights, a couple of nights in her apartment. And then at a certain point, and we don't know why, but, doesn't need to be any justification. At a certain point, the mother said, okay, Michael, you stayed there for a few nights. Enough's enough. Gonna have to ask you to leave. At which point, that evening, seemingly, or at some point, he decided to pour hot oil or hot grease over both his cousin, the mother, as well as her 18-month-old son. Back to the article. Jayla is in the burn unit, having undergone numerous surgeries on her face and torso and still needing more. Apparently, according to the father, she was on life support. So thankfully she's no longer on life support, but that doesn't sound good to me. Multiple surgeries, both on her face and her torso. That sounds like she's been horrifically burnt. The father says, my daughter gave the homeless POS, piece of shit, a place to stay, and the thanks she gets is waking up in hell. Jayla was put in a medically induced coma, and both her and the baby son, Tobias, will need surgery. A GoFundMe to support the mother has raised, how much has it raised? $3,000 of a $10,000 goal. Family said that Tobias was expected to leave the hospital this week, so that's something to be grateful for, I guess. Maloney is charged with 2 counts of felonious assault. The woman's family voiced hope that prosecutors would ramp the charges up to attempted murder. Maloney pled guilty in the year 2000, to voluntary manslaughter in a completely separate incident. So yeah, this guy here is an absolute POS. An absolute POS. He's previously pled guilty to manslaughter. He beat a man to death with a baseball bat. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison. So what does that tell us? That tells us that 10 years in prison isn't enough. He was homeless. His cousin gave him a place to stay, and in return, he decides to pour hot oil or hot grease both on the mother, his cousin, as well as her 18-month-old son, both of whom have required multiple surgeries. This guy needs to be locked up, I'm going to say for life, in my opinion. Obviously, he hasn't gone through a trial. He's still the alleged suspect at this point. We do not know 100% that he's been found guilty, that he is guilty, but we are confident that a trial will take place, justice will be served. Presumably, the mother, the cousin Jayla Witt, will be able to state at some point who the aggressor was. So I guess justice will be served. And again, I'm a bit reluctant to encourage people to donate to GoFundMe's, but I certainly think that this GoFundMe deserves your consideration. She's quite far short of the goal. The mother has undergone multiple surgeries. It sounds to me that she's been horrendously hurt. And of course, the 18-month-old son too. Thankfully, the son is out of harm's way largely and is to be released by hospital, from hospital. But our prayers go out to the entire family. So there's that video. Again, if you do need a mental health break, if these things are taking you down, do check out some of the friends of the channel. That includes myself. I have my own political channel, right-wing based. It's kind of obnoxious. You may not like it. I do live streams every now and then. If people are more active, I'll be more inclined to do more. Or more pleasant communities include At the End of the Day, Bella, general chit chat, a little bit political every now and then, but a very pleasant community, and much the same with Kinda Whatever. So if you do join these guys, let them know that Picker sent you. But either way, do take a mental health break should these issues bog you down a little bit.